Alright, so I'm gonna start talking because last video nobody got on for fucking 8 minutes. Nobody was talking. So I don't know if the algorithm's fucking up or what, messing around. Um. Okay, you guys. So let's start off with the S&P 500. No cussing. Monthly wise, we just created a new all-time high. I told you guys that area to pay attention to. Alright. Oh, so my bad. S&P 500. Your time and date. Arizona time. Monthly wise for the S&P 500, I told you guys to pay attention. It was crucial to pay attention last month, and the month before to hold above that. Not just that, you then want to see where you're gonna hit a support as the market goes back down, because we just shot up above these two weekly support resistance, or support, since it was above it. But it was very crucial on this last Monday. Not this last Monday, my bad, but this Monday right here was very crucial when it was happening, and I was bringing it up. I think I was bringing it up either this week. I know I will bring it up when it broke it, but anyways, goddamn, it's hot. What was I gonna say? Another thing that was happening is we had a 3 candle box weekly wise. So sustaining it was very important after it had already tested it, and I'll show you what I mean by that. On Tuesday, it tested this daily 50 Fibonacci that I pointed out on my videos. If you watch my videos, I pointed out not just that it was just a daily, that it respected the daily, but that it actually closed above the weekly area that was very crucial for this day right here to hold. After shooting up, creating to a high, came down, tested that same area, so it was very crucial for this day right here, this Friday, to shoot above it. Now, after it was holding above there, this day, Tuesday, when we had that fall, it was very important to then test it and close above it. Normally, when we go down that big, the market ends up getting scared and closes right there by the 50, or in between this. Look at this as a thick concrete wall or floor. Think of it as a concrete floor, and then the market came down, drilled with it again. The fact that it was gonna drill through it and close on it was very bad news for the market. The fact that it got bought up that same day was bullish as F. So then that's why it was crucial. We had a 3 candle box forming here. You had the first one giving you your support, your second one giving you resistance. The fact that it was, and I mentioned this, the fact that on this day the market ended up breaking, I believe there was some sort of monthly or weekly resistance in the zone, which is there right here. This area, this box was important to hold to get into the market. So the fact that we broke that, and on Wednesday we came close above it, that was very bullish. And I mentioned that in my videos, how that was very bullish. If we would have closed that below that weekly line, or below this weekly support right here, and end up closing somewhere right here or just below it, it would have been harder for the market. It would have been market worse, was more scary. But the daily candle closing above that, for a lot of traders, for a lot of investors that know how to read these candles, was very bullish, was very buy now or pay attention because we're about to blast off type of thing. Let's now go to the 12-hour candle. And then also in the 12-hour candle. So you had a daily and a 12-hour candle marking you, telling you, hey, if we maintain this, we're still bullish. So the fact now we're getting to Tuesday, Wednesday, all this is pointing we're about to blow up. Here's your support will be closed. Actually, no, down here, but Again, Wednesday closing above that. All this still bullish. We're breaking through the next little thin floor right here. You can see it. We're breaking through that. And then that leaves us for Thursday at 7 to blast off. 8 o'clock, you had a 50 Fibonacci, a 3 candle box right here. And let me break down yesterday because I told you guys about this. I'll put my indicator on. So last night I made a video explaining what's right here. I believe it was either right here, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday going to Thursday. So right here. So Wednesday night, I was telling you guys by 11:45, 12:30, we need to be above a certain price. If not, we're gonna come back down, test this little weekly support. Will be a support, and maybe go down a little bit, like 2, hold from 3 to 4, and then start rising up again. But since we close on a good daily candle, and this data investors are really looking forward to it, and it's going to be the first one early in the morning. If we sustain this pressure that we had at that time, by 11:45 to 30, we're going to continue going on up. And as the data comes out and it's good, we're going to fucking push on up. And since they came out at 5:30, damn, YouTube being weird as fuck, man. No people yet. That's weird. So if we maintain that 11:45, 12:30, we're gonna continue going on up, and depending how we take in the data, because again, if the data from yesterday, which was which one was it? It was a ADP private payroll. So pretty much, if it came weak, again, that's why I said good is bad and bad is good in this market, because normally when it's good news in the regular market, the market rallies. Right now, the market doesn't really want to hear bad news, but it doesn't really want to. So it doesn't want to hear good news. It wants to hear bad news, but not bad news in a horrible way, but bad news in a we did all right. If we get we did all right, or we did a little bit lower than all right, then the markets are gonna pull strong, because the rate cuts decision is much higher, will be higher. The possibility will be higher. Whereas, like, if the market is doing beautiful, then why should the Fed, cut it? Why? Why? If it's not weak, if the market is doing good. So bad numbers, or all right, bad numbers is good for the market. The market wants that. That's why you saw that. And then all the other data. Let me see. Weekly jobs. So jobless claims rose. So more people are applying for jobless jobs. And the productivity, unit labor cost, trade balance. So we had softer data than what we thought expected. And then we had also, job claims rose. So either way, the market took it in good. There's plenty of ways to say it, but pretty much the market, because that's what that's what I was expecting. I'm not expecting the market, job labor market, especially if you reflect on your jobs, the job market, jobs aren't doing good, especially. So I wasn't surprised it was gonna come in like this. So I'm not expecting tomorrow's data to come out good, and therefore I see the market to push on even higher, unless we get some sort of tweets or comments from the president before the market closes about China, Iran, tariffs. some shit like that. Tomorrow we have, that's weird, 11 and no people. Something's up with you, YouTube. So the big one, it's one data, you guys, and it's 5:30. It's at 5:30. The market opens at 6:30. The S&P is still creating all-time highs. So right here, watch we get to 12. You see how we're going in this downtrend, breaking, testing the support. You as a trader are seeing, holy shit, we're testing this support. If you go to the, let me go to the daily. You can see right here, and that's to the fact that we're near that monthly. That's why I was like, oh, yo, the fact that we have this data and it comes at 5:15, and the market is looking forward to this. The market is gonna gravitate towards it. It's like a gift. When you wanna go up in when people are telling you, oh, tomorrow I heard you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that, and it's what you been asking for. You're not gonna fucking really go to sleep. You're gonna be thinking about that shit. So as investors know it's coming, they start thinking, gravitating towards it. The expectations of, I heard I'm gonna get this. So they start fucking buying money, putting their bets on that it's gonna happen. Whereas like when you're scared, you don't really think about it. You really, man, I hope it's not, this is not, and you go to sleep and you don't really, since you don't really have hopes for it, it doesn't really maintain you up awake, of the excitement of what you're gonna get. When you kind of know what you're gonna get, good or bad. Bad, you really look forward to it. Good, you fucking can't wait. So that's how the market's reacting. Can't wait for the market, and the data hits, flies. So we have 12, 1 o'clock, and I knew it wasn't gonna shoot up real quick. It was gonna wait for that data, and just like I said, 6, it came out. If this data was bad, at 6:30 when it opened, the market would have fucking felt it, and you would have seen it go down here. And then bullshit, and then continue going on down, or just staying in that area because the data came out good. But since the data didn't, look how strong it held. So as soon as I saw this at 7 and how it closed, told the homie, hey, we're going up. Send him a text. We're going up, buddy. From here, blast it off. Your next area, 11:45, 12:30. So as you can see, strong as fuck. And now we wait. Now we wait for the final markdown, for the final countdown. I'm gonna put all my bullshit up. I'm gonna mark up my candles. 8-hour candle. 8-hour candle is blue. 4-hour candle, 3-hour candle. 3-hour candle is gray. 2-hour candle, green. 1-hour candle. So it's 11. It's a quarter after 1. Okay, no. So it's 11 o'clock. 11:11 to be exact. 11:45, 12:30 is your point time. We have the data coming out at 5:30. Since we're in a new zone where you can't really tell where the support or resistance, or hey, if it goes by here, we're gonna hit the resistance, so we blah blah blah. There's nothing really to say how the market's gonna react or where it's gonna go, where it's gonna stop, because they're gonna hit certain support or resistance, whatever, whatnot. So from here, you're really just gambling, really, how the market, the S&P, is gonna react the next 6 hours. So what I really think it's gonna maybe peak for a little bit more, maybe at 2, but then, or maybe not even that, and we may come back down and be in the zone right here. And as we get to 3 or 4, we're most likely gonna get stuck in the zone here, and and then going up. At 3, start going back up again. Um, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised the market would just kind of create another little high, then come back down. Not back down, but just stay in that zone. And either it's gonna push us back down in the morning because it's gonna be good data, which the market is not hoping for that. And yeah, again, if it's bad data, you wait for 11:45, 12:30 because what it will do is then correct it, shake it off, and then the market will continue going on up from yesterday's news or data. Or since it's the big one, what's gonna happen if it goes down 11:45, 12:30 is most likely gonna be here somewhere, and then finally breaking the trend line, going down below it, closing back for the day tomorrow. Mm, and again, no matter what it does, pay attention to your 7:45 to 8:30 tomorrow. Right now, like I said, be just let it be, do its own thing. Hopefully, I feel like we're just gonna retrace on down, get stuck here, and then as the market continues or opens up, gonna fly, retrace on down, and then go up, or continue with the trend. And especially if by 7:45, 8:30, we're still down here and not up again, trying to peak up by 8:30. The market's gonna then drop again and close somewhere at 10. Especially by if by 9 o'clock we're still down here, we're most likely gonna have like a sharp down and close at 10 somewhere down there. But it all really depends how the market now candles are looking at the time and where in these boxes they're at. And Bitcoin Ethereum, they're gonna follow. They're just gonna get ready. So look how the market played you. So the market this Thursday right here, the market fell because apparently Nasdaq doesn't want stocks like MicroStrategy, Tom Lee stock, but Tom Lee is another shit, I guess. So stocks like MicroStrategy, where they don't really have a business, all they do is just take the profits from their investors and buy more tokens. That's why the market reacted this way. And notice how you had this. As the market is flying, Bitcoin's falling. So it didn't make sense to me. Like, yo, something's wrong. But I looked into it. It was because of that. Supposedly the Nasdaq looked into these stocks that are using crypto treasury bullshit to make profits, and they're catching on to it. So there was another tactic again for people to lose their stocks. To lose their coins, because it's gonna happen. Wasn't what you can clearly see it. Look how for the last 4 days we've been stuck here, and even though we had the bad news today, look how bullish now it's looking. Why? Because it's following the S&P. The S&P flies tomorrow. You're gonna see Bitcoin fly. Probably just hit the 113 100 range, or break through it and close the day there. And then the most likely crypto is gonna rally slowly throughout the weekend, unless Trump tweets something about terrorists, China, whatever, whatnot, and you'll see it on crypto. And also Ethereum doing the same thing. This is a day. So look how we closed, how we dropped today, and look how we're recovering, just holding this region. And again, my indicators tell me, hey, tomorrow that bad news, most likely going to break through it and close on this daily 50 Fibonacci, which is going to be very crucial. And from there, Friday to Sunday, we're going to see if we're going to maintain it and rally above it, or break through it, since we had bad data, if we had bad data tomorrow. If not, you're going to see that Ethereum pushing up, most likely hitting 4,452. Yeah. Yeah, it's waiting for that. You're going to see it break through this, hitting the 4,430 range. and then from there try to break through this resistance that after breaking down here on what was it, Friday 29, it had a hard time breaking above it again because I tried here, tries the same support, which is a monthly, tried again, failed, came down again to test that monthly support, and it's waiting for the, and it's gonna be the good one. It's gonna be I made it. Now Friday and Saturday to break through this important weekly area that I couldn't break, or we're gonna get it here on Sunday and again just tying up, tying up, tying up till we break, or we're gonna have bad news tomorrow and finally break this. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna try to make this long. This is Brian Secrets out. It's fucking weird how nobody fucking logged in. Fuck you, YouTube, for fucking up.